No one person can make a great video game, but there are certain people in the industry whose reputation precedes them. Respawn and Infinity Ward co-founder Vince Zampella is one such individual, a man largely responsible for making one of the most popular video games of all time. But such praise can be as much a curse as it is a blessing when you're trying to make something new. I sat down with Vince and asked him about life after Call of Duty and his 4-year journey making Titanfall. Vince Zampella co-founded Infinity Ward with Jason West and Grant Collier in 2002 and went on to reinvent first-person online multiplayer with the Call of Duty franchise. However, in March 2010, himself and West were dramatically fired by Activision after allegations of contract breaches, an allegation that would eventually be contested by the parent court and result in Activision paying out an undisclosed settlement. In the months that followed, nearly half of the team at Infinity Ward resigned, a total of 46, many of whom were top-tier developers and programmers who had worked on Modern Warfare 2. The vast majority of these men and women went on to join Zampella and West at their new studio, quite appropriately named Respawn Entertainment. It's not the type of story you hear very often, a large group of people leaving a successful company to work with their former boss somewhere else. So what is it about Vince Zampella and the games he makes? Well, on the eve of the Titanfall beta launch, I had the opportunity to talk to the man, and first I asked him, after years of working on Call of Duty, was his goal always to make something new, and was that game always Titanfall?
It took a while to get kind of situated and get our flow down. Then we started with different ideas, and it wasn't just like, yes, we're making Titanfall. There was a lot of ideas thrown out on the table. We wanted to break the boundaries. We're not making it completely different. It's familiar, it feels like, if you played a shooter game before, you can sit down, you can grasp the controls, you know what you're doing. I'd done sequels for a while, so this was more about, taking it to another level, doing something a little different,
So what is that something new? When you look at Titanfall, at least on a surface level, it doesn't seem that different to other first-person shooters. It has people with guns and buildings and customizable loadouts, player leveling. It's not until you play it that the differences become apparent. Vince told me that the recent beta was not only a way of stress testing the game and getting feedback, but also a way of getting Titanfall into people's hands so they could see what makes it different, something they've always been keen to do.
I think we've let people play it, so there is no, hey, I think it's going to be good. It's, I played it, I touched it, and I think it's good. Like, for our fans to go out there and say that, I don't know what better praise you can get.
Though not often as touted as other famed developers, the name Vince Zampella carries a lot of weight, especially in light of how Respawn Entertainment came to be. So I asked him, in light of his previous achievements, how much personal pressure did he have going into this project?
I think we put a lot of pressure on ourselves just as a team to really make something that's the best we can possibly do. On top of that, there is the, you want to prove like, okay, we can do this again. Just even for our own personal satisfaction of, we want to do something good. We're in games because we love it. It's what we do. It's in our DNA. So it's that, it has to be good for that reason. And then unveiling the game and having it be received so well, and it's, it adds another level of pressure. It's like, well, we have to deliver. We've got to deliver on what we promised.
It seemed any time I asked Vince a question about himself, he'd respond with we instead of I, as if trying to downplay his individual importance. I asked him why.
Game development is a team sport, This game wouldn't exist as it is without everybody on this team. So, to me, it is natural. It's not me. I didn't make Titanfall. Respawn did. Respawn is a team of people that, some of us have worked together for a long time, other people are new, and they've come in and they've changed the mix and they've energized us, and, so it's all about the team.
Perhaps that's the Zampella formula, having a team of people around you can count on, a team willing to leave their jobs or join a fledgling studio to try and make something new and interesting. Lastly, just mere weeks away from the launch of a game he's been working on for 4 years, I asked Vince what the future held for himself, Respawn, and Titanfall.
It's been a long kind of road to get where we are. There's been, a long bumpy road too, so to be where we are, to rally the team together, get through all the adversity that we faced, and get to a point where we're releasing something that, we're proud of and is being so it's being accepted by the fans and by everyone, just so well. It means a lot. It feels good.
And that wraps up the next big game, Titanfall. For continuing coverage of the game, including its review once it drops in March, make sure to visit GameSpot.com. Thanks very much for joining us all this week, folks. We'll see you next time.
Dancing. streak.